The takeover. Hector Macho Camacho.
This bout is...
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. The courage on display here is incredible. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Did you see the nerves on that fight stepping into the ring, Todd? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
You'd like to see more jabs. Nice job by him to block that jab. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When you watch lightweight, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope that...
On to the second round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. No rest for the weary. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Perfect counter shot. halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Jab slightly off target. Punch, counter punch. These punches coming from every angle. Not a lot of defense here at all. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Oh, watch out! Camancho might be ready to go. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Defense is everything because they've got
a very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be. And there's the bell to start round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He misses with that jab. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Good punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a counter shot. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter. The straight right just misses. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? That jab doesn't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. There's the bell to start round 4. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Just missed with that jab. Only catching air with that hook. The straight right just misses. Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
They miss with the jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
You don't want to trade shots. Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with the jab. Quick punch scores. Nice counter shot. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. You know that bell was back into the fray here in round 5. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The jab not finding its target. The straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? One punch could change everything in this battle. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. That jab doesn't score. Back and forth they go. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The straight right just misses. Looking to land the hook. Well done. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Come on to the 6th round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Both men step back for just a moment. That left hook missed. Down goes Teofimo. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot. A clean one. Then he's out of there.
He's got the advantage halfway through the round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. How about that time counter shot? So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. Let's see how the... And there's the bell for round 7. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
It's It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
That counter shot lands. That punch lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
A perfect counter shot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
They're giving us a high-tempo show. And the takeover's in some big trouble now. Much better game plan here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the... And they're back at it again here in round 8. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Which fighter will say no mas? Just missed with that hook. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Well, wait a minute, and Lopez is dazed. Certainly no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez that last round. Well, there was no... And we enter the ninth. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Caution being thrown to the wind. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? The jab can't find a home. Just misses with that jab. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice exchange here from both men. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Done with that counter shot. He misses. Did you see that? Camancho is buzzed. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're okay.
We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Hector Camancho that last round. And there's the bell for round 10. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
They exchange punches. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These two were made for each other. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Nice punch. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
Putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. So it was certainly close.